Austrian Federal Economic Chamber, Junge Wirtschaft. Welcome to our webinar, Erasmus for Young Entrepreneur, with a special focus on Singapore. We created this webinar in collaboration with our partners from the Camera di Commercio Italiana in Belgium and our project leader, the Hochschule Fulda. So welcome to my colleagues, Fatin Buelitz from CCBI and Thomas Berger from the Hochschule Fulda. We will now start with a short overview on the program and then give you some information on the hosts in Singapore. So Erasmus for Young Entrepreneurs is an international business exchange program designed for entrepreneurs. It focuses on transforming entrepreneurial ideas into reality and growing business partnerships on an international level. And it should help you to support your own business idea and to get new insights on your business. The aim is that new or potential entrepreneurs exchange knowledge and business ideas with an experienced entrepreneur abroad during a period from 1 to 6 months. And the stay is partly financed by the European Commission, and the aim is a business exchange between two individuals.
Well, then thanks, Veronica, for this little introduction. I will say a few words about the rules of participation, which are the same, mostly the same. There's only one exception, and I will tell them. Most of them are the same if you go to a European country or to go to a non-European destination, such as Singapore, which we will focus on later on. But just let me summarize the main let's say, conditions we should be aware of. As we said, there are the so-called program countries, which I won't tell one by one, which are destinations for the program, and Singapore is one of the non-European destinations beside UK, US, and Canada. And what's important is that everybody is welcome to participate in that program so long you have a business plan, a good business idea, and you are old, of course, than 18. But the sector doesn't matter, nationality doesn't matter, so long you start a business in Europe, in one of the participating countries, you're welcome to participate in this business exchange program. And Veronica mentioned, it's a program of a one-to-one business exchange of a new entrepreneur. That means those who start the business or who plan to start the business and have less than 3 years of entrepreneurial experience, and an experienced entrepreneur on the other side in another country who has already started the company more than 3 years ago and who can act as a mentor for the new entrepreneur and who can benefit from the input of the new entrepreneur. So the idea is to create win-win situations between the two, new and host. And we have then the regional contact points, also called intermediary organizations. We in Fulda have two organizations, University Fulda and the Institute Inter.research e.V. The WKÖ, Wirtschaftskammer Österreich, is an intermediate organization, but also the Belgian-Italian Chamber of Commerce. Fatin represents, who is a contact point for Belgium, but in that case also for Singapore. But she will tell more about this in a minute. So, and yes, the benefits are already mentioned, but let me summarize them again. Of course, as a new entrepreneur, you have the chance to have a real life experienced entrepreneur who has met it, who has the experience of starting a business, and who has also experience of running the business. And that's the opportunity to exchange, and of course also to get to know a different country, different contexts, different networks, so that you could internationalize your business from the start. And of course, as a host side, you benefit from the fresh new perspective of a new entrepreneur, seeing your company a little bit from outside, and also benefit from the contacts and networks the new entrepreneurs brings with her or him. Of course, I mentioned it's a win-win. Is that what we envisage and which the program is designed to generate? How does it work in practice? Yes, you apply online with one of the regional contact points in your country. You need, as a new entrepreneur, your business plan, and of course, both host or new need a CV, a curriculum vitae, and a good motivation so that you can present some background why you would like to participate in that program. And then if that is successful, you can match online with our IT tool the program provides with the counterpoint entrepreneur. You select them from the IT tool, and then the whole process will be done online. And of course, you will get some preparation. In our network, OpenEye of contact points, you will receive an online coachings helping you to make the most of the stay abroad. And of course, then you start your stay, and at the end, we would like to have a final feedback, also online feedback, all in this IT tool. And of course, you receive, and I will speak in a few minutes, also some financial support. So this is the idea taken from the Erasmus program, only applied here to the entrepreneurial business exchange program. So that the new entrepreneur has financial support covering or helping or subsidizing the extra costs of a stay abroad. Yes, so I have already mentioned it's all online. There are you can apply on a continuous basis. Also, although we have the first come, first served principle, we recommend to apply as early as possible. As I said, first come, first served. So from what we achieved so far, we are waiting now for the 15,000th iBusiness relationship. So this like a kind of a landmark or milestone should be reached in a few weeks. So this is something we have done the last more than 15 years. And yes, there are a lot of success stories which are also available on our website, which you will see at the end, and which we recommend to check out, also to get inspiration, what can actually be done between two entrepreneurs in such a win-win situation. However, I would not like to spend too much time on the general principles, because today the idea is really to focus on our special destination, Singapore. And in that case, we have our partner from the Belgian-Italian Chamber of Commerce, who is like the bridge to Singapore, and is with the person of Fatin. And she will introduce herself directly, and will then continue explaining a little bit the special perspective of having an exchange with Singapore. All right, Fatin, I give the mic to you, and then it's on you.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Thomas. Thank you, Veronica. Nice to see you all online. Yes, so I'm Fatin. I work at the Belgian-Italian Chamber of Commerce. We are one of the many Italian Chamber of Commerce abroad, but we are the only one based in Belgium, in Brussels, and we are one of the 3 intermediary organizations here in Belgium, but the only one actually managing the Singapore destination. So as our colleagues have said, since 2025, the Erasmus for Young Entrepreneurs program has added 4 new global destinations: USA, UK, Canada, and Singapore, broadening basically the possibility to go abroad, even out of Europe and the European Union, to these very dynamic business destinations. So we have basically for next slide, we have over 15 host entrepreneurs based in Singapore. They are primarily focusing into business fields like education, training, research, technology, but also engineering. So at the moment, we do have the host entrepreneurs focusing basically on these business fields, but we are currently organizing a business trip in Singapore in order to recruit even more host entrepreneurs, in order to give the possibility to have other type of business fields in the program, and have the possibility also for the new entrepreneurs to find the most suitable host entrepreneur that could correspond to the best fit. Of course, Singapore is very well known for being one of the most dynamic business destinations. It excels into business fields like technology, engineering, but also education, training, health as well. So So it is one of the most demanded at the moment destinations for this. Of course, this is a very positive point, but we must also see the challenges that could be faced when preparing for an exchange in Singapore. For instance, it has to be known that the maximum period of stay is 3 months compared to the 6 months here in Europe, which of course it's also linked to the fact that the new entrepreneurs have to demand a visa that is of a maximum of 3 months. So in order to facilitate your stay and do not have to demand for very lengthy and difficult processes of visa, that has been decided as the maximum period of stay. Another type of challenge is the monthly allowance, which corresponds to 1,200 euros. Of course, it is a bit disproportionate compared to the cost of living in Singapore, but as our colleagues have said as well, it is a co-funding, meaning that you will have, of course, even if you decided to go to Europe, to invest in that exchange as well. The benefits will be even higher, so the investment is worth it, we would say. So for the next slide, in terms of recommendations that we would give to the new entrepreneurs is really to be aware of this maximum exchange window, which of course has to be also understood as a possibility to learn as much as possible in a very condensed period of time. So it's important that the new entrepreneur has already a kind of induction training beforehand, so that it is prepared to enter the business dynamics in Singapore as quick as possible and really make the best out of the 3 months allowed. Again, it is the new entrepreneur has to be aware of this monthly allowance that is limited. And in terms of visa requirements and visa conditions for EU nationals, it is easier. So you will have to basically apply for an electronic type of pass, and once arrived, the immigration authority at the airport will analyze your dossier and everything, but generally it is linked to a kind of touristic e-visa card, and then you are allowed to stay 3 months, up to 3 months. More than 3 months, it is up to you to decide whether you want to prolong this. It is possible, but the program finances you for maximum 3 months, so it's important to be aware of this. Another element is that, of course, you will need to be also prepared in terms of international insurance, to be covered also in terms of health insurance and so on. And should you decide, of course, to apply for this destination, we will be the intermediary organization assisting you in this. So if you need any help, we do have a welcome pack with all the information to find an accommodation and guiding you throughout the steps to make the exchange possible, of course. Lastly, I would like to say that, as I mentioned earlier, we are currently organizing some events over there in order to recruit even more hostel entrepreneurs, so that if your field, if your business idea does not correspond or does not match to one entrepreneur at the moment, please be aware that we are currently recruiting more, so that you really have the plenty of choice of who could really fit for your exchange. And again, we do have a lot of relationships lately with host entrepreneurs in Singapore, and our new entrepreneurs have really emphasized through the success stories that this exchange really gives a very completely different type of business ideas and business market dynamics, making really the growth possible in your business development. So it is a very interesting destination that has to be considered for your exchange, because it can really give you a lot of in terms of benefits and growth, of course, when developing your business. If you have any question, of course, feel free to reach out to us. We have also managed this destination in the past, from 2021. So we do have a lot of experience in this. So of course, if you need any assistance or more information, you can contact us, as we are the intermediary organization assisting you in making this possible. Thank you.
Yes, and thanks a lot, Fatin. And as I mentioned, questions can also be asked in German, and we will translate it if you want. But of course, you can also ask directly in English, especially if Fatin is addressed. Yeah, please feel free.
Okay, there is a question in a general mind. When I'm trying to find a host company, a host expert, do I also have to host the same expert in my home country, or could that be another interesting expert from Singapore being interested in an Austrian exchange? How does it work with the pairing system?
I don't know.
So, yeah. No, basically it will be you flying to Singapore and to meet your host entrepreneurs with whom you will have this business exchange. But you do not have to host yourself as well, the host entrepreneur. No, it's just like you
It's
flying. Yeah. So it's and you are allowed to have just one business exchange. So you cannot repeat to another destination. So it's just once for the new entrepreneur. But once you have developed your business and after 3 or 5 years, you can become a host entrepreneur as well. Once you have your business, your enterprise, your small, medium enterprise, you can then afterwards, when you have the expertise, experience, and you feel like you want as well to host some new entrepreneurs, you can become a host.
Okay, great. Thanks for clarifying.
No.
But indeed, as Fatih mentioned, the non-European destinations are only one way. So if you are a host, unfortunately, you cannot host new entrepreneurs from UK, Singapore, US, etc., because this exchange is only possible with European destinations. You, as a host, you can, of course, host Spanish, Finnish, whatever new entrepreneurs, but not the non-European. So there's they just not completely join the program, only in that way that new entrepreneurs from Europe can go to host entrepreneurs, for example, in Singapore, but unfortunately not the other way around, just as an addition.
Okay. And hosting someone would not be compulsory.
No.
Like voluntarily, like an option.
No, that's just as you can participate in both ways. Now, either you apply as a new entrepreneur or as a host entrepreneur. So this is two different things. Of course, we have a number of new entrepreneurs who turned into host entrepreneurs because they know the program and they would like to see it now from the other side or want them to give back. But of course, this is no obligation at all. So this is really up to you.
Okay, thank you.
And in Austria, Veronica would be your contact point for applications. And all is then done in the IT tool online. So that's also good to know. Right.
Great. I have another question, actually. How many seats are available to go to Singapore within a year? Is there like a number that you can mention, or is that top secret?
No, it's not top secret. It depends, of course, on the availability of the host entrepreneurs there. But since, as I said earlier, we are trying to recruit more so that we allow also more new entrepreneurs to go to Singapore. Generally, this year we had over 15 exchanges in 1 year. Or even more actually, because lately it has been really a lot demanded as a destination, and some host entrepreneurs are a bit more requested. But of course, it's feasible. Everyone manage due to the fact that also the 3 months are limited. This allows, of course, the host entrepreneur to host more new entrepreneurs. So yeah, I would say that. But it's generally once you apply and you find your host entrepreneur, in a couple of months you manage to start your exchange, maximum couple of months, and then it's 3 months. So yeah, I would say we had over almost around 15 exchanges this year from 2025, because we started in February 2025 until now.
But I need to say the budget is for the whole program. So we don't have a dedicated budget for Singapore. So the budget is the same if you go to France or to Singapore. At the moment, I can say there is enough budget available to fund at least 10 or 20 people. But as I said, it's first come, first served. So I don't know how the situation will be in September. But for the moment, it's really, we have also this webinar because there are enough funds available.
Great.
But of course, we cannot guarantee that in 3 months it will be the same. But at the moment, the opportunity is there.
Of course. And another question that comes up, which is the last one, I'm very curious about how long it takes from your experience from the time of applying and then like making the way to Singapore. I spoke to Veronica already about it, and it's of course depends on the availability of host entrepreneurs, but is there an average like time frame that you could mention from your experience regarding this?
I would say 2 months to be really super large with the timing. This depends, of course, also on how much reactive and proactive you and the host entrepreneurs are with the steps to, of course, undertake. So if you are both really super quick in responding and doing the commitment and the activity plan and so on, then it goes very quickly. But we need also to mention that once we analyze the applications and everything has been done, there is another check by our lead intermediary organization, which in our case is one institute in Gran Canaria. And once they have accepted, then there could be just another check. But this, again, it depends on the situation. It could take like 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, based on how much reactive you are, you and the host entrepreneur, but also maximum, I would say 2 months it took us for us. Okay. That was the very, the most it took.
Great. Sounds good. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Are you interested to fly to Singapore? I imagine.
Yes, very much.
Okay.
Very interested in the Asian urban city development, especially public space development. Okay. And I'm an architect and urban designer, and I studied in Shanghai. So I'm very interested in the use of public space within Asian cities. In Singapore, I haven't had the chance to visit yet, so I'm very curious, but heard a lot and read a lot about it.
That's great. Then absolutely, I do believe we do have some hosts into this field. So I do not know if you have applied already, if you have seen the list. Okay. So in case if you need help on that, please feel free.
Great.
To reach out.
If you decide to apply, just get in touch with me another time and we will assist you.
Thank you very much. Great. Even more motivating now to apply. Thank you for all the information.